terribly wrong.
Hello.
Hey, somebody called that one of the kids had gotten out and had gone out into the road and they brought the kid back.
I'm not for sure about that.
Not for sure about that?
Yeah, I was in there doing in the kitchen, so I'm not for sure.
Alright. I'll go call the call taker back and we'll figure it out.
Okay.
She's saying she has no idea what we're talking about.
The probable cause affidavit states it plainly. Quote, blank advised he observed a small child running across the lane of U.S. Highway 207-441.
The daycare person here that answered the door said she has no idea what I'm talking about, so I'm going to call the call taker back.
Now, before we go any further, here's what we learned from court documents. It says, I returned to my vehicle and made contact with the initial complainant, who advised he was traveling northbound on U.S. Highway 27441 and observed a small black child running across the lane of U.S. Highway 27441. Blank advised he moved into the turn lane at the traffic light of U.S. Highway 27441 and CR 466A and conducted a U-turn to return to the child. Blank advised once he made the U-turn, he observed 2 other cars had pulled over and were able to safely collect the child and return them to the
2-year-old boy alone on a federal highway. Think about that image for a moment. A child who still smells of baby shampoo, navigating 4 lanes of traffic at 10:30 in the morning. It's the kind of visual that instantly rewires your parental panic response. And yet, when Senior Officer Wilderman arrived at the Love and Hugs Learning Center in Fruitland Park, Florida on June 12, 2026, the first employee he encountered met him at the door with a blank stare and 4 words. I'm not for sure about that. Think of that as the locked gate it was supposed to hold. It didn't. Before we go deeper into what the documents actually show, make sure you're subscribed to Trial Theory, Unsealed, because we don't just cover the story, we follow the evidence. The affidavit reads like a horror novel stripped of adjectives. A motorist traveling northbound sees something impossible.
Return them to the daycare. So at this point, there's a lot of confusion going on, but the daycare workers insist the 2-year-old boy is in their care.
He's inside. You want to see him?
Make sure he's okay.
So according to the call taker, it was the mother that seemed to have lost control of the child.
Huh?
Not sure.
It was a mother.
He executes a U-turn. 2 other vehicles have already stopped. A DoorDash driver, a mother of 3 herself, scoops the boy from the median and carries him back to the facility. The median, not the shoulder, not the parking lot, the mathematical center of a high-speed roadway. The official record locks that detail into evidence with cold precision. That child was found in the median of the highway. That's the first time you hear it. You'll hear it again. Now, institutions under pressure do not collapse. They calcify. They generate an immune response. Within minutes of Officer Wilderman's arrival, the daycare's immune system activated. An employee feeding the dispatcher a phantom narrative that a mother had lost control of her child somewhere off-site. Another worker spinning a story about a gate she checks every single time.
So we I just got outside. I just got outside with the kids, with the ones I had, and the baby that ran out. I realized the gate was because usually I check it every time, and I was just expecting it to be locked. But it was unlocked. He came running, and whenever I realized, I did come running after him. The lady that pulled in was right there. No, he was right there by the door. So right
there. Okay.
So,
Except this one time, and a boy so fast she simply couldn't catch him. It was clean, rehearsed. A sequence designed to absorb liability and neutralize suspicion. But the evidence was already walking up the driveway in the form of a DoorDash driver holding a pen.
Now here's where things take a turn, because as officers leave the daycare, they run into a woman who says she returned the toddler back to the daycare center.
Hello.
Do you guys need a statement?
If you were willing to provide one, I would love one.
I picked him up. It was another car that was here.
And he made it all the way out to the highway.
He was in the median. And someone else stopped in it, yes.
I'm sorry.
I got chills. I have 3 kids of my own. Go to the daycare in the back, right here in Fruitland Park. Mm-hmm. So, I write a statement. I wasn't the one that called the police, though. I actually was on a DoorDash order.
Yeah.
And I stopped because I seen another car in the road. She was trying to catch him. He was running from her. And she said, I don't know whose kid it is, but I live in the area. I knew the daycare was right here, so I said, just give it to me. I'm sure he's here at the daycare. And she gave him to me, and I just drove him across.
Who did you turn the child over to?
Whoever was at the front desk.
Black dress or white lady?
Black dress. Black lady.
Told me she knew nothing about it. Okay. Do you want me to get a written statement from her?
Yeah.
Do you mind providing a written statement? Okay. Of course.
She wasn't an employee. She wasn't trained. She just wrote down what she saw a toddler in the turning lane. That gap between what the witnesses swore to and what the staff claimed is where this entire case cracks open. The story the daycare told existed inside a sealed room. The child existed on the highway. Those two realities cannot occupy the same space. So which one do you believe? This is where the documents force us to abandon the language of accident and adopt the vocabulary of systemic neglect. According to records from the Florida Department of Children and Families obtained by Fox 35 Orlando, DCF had visited Love and Hugs Learning Center more than 10 times in the preceding 3 years, a Class 2 violation in 2023 for child-to-personnel ratio out of compliance, too many children, not enough eyes, a Class 3 violation in 2024 for personnel who had not completed safe sleep or shaken baby syndrome training, staff entrusted with infants who had not been taught what happens when you shake one. Then, just 2 months before this incident, an April 14th visit found the facility not in good repair, water leaking from a sink, saturating the floor. A slipping hazard, chronic, documented, unfixed. The timeline doesn't suggest a bad day. It reveals a bad blueprint. That child was found in the median of the highway. That's the second time. When Officer Wilderman confronted 27-year-old daycare worker Haley Russo, she initially fed him the gate check script. But the officer had already gathered witness statements. He offered her one opportunity. Just one.
The best way to put this is I'm going to allow you to be a little bit more truthful in what happened. Because this place right here, was it Gold Key Roofing? They have cameras. You have cameras. So I'm going to allow you the opportunity one more time, and just one more time only, to explain to me, good or bad, exactly what happened. And the time in between, and how far he was. Because what you're telling me right now, do you pick up when?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start over. So you took the 2-year-olds?
Yes, sir.
The
To
2-year-olds
reconcile
outside.
her timeline with the surveillance cameras from the roofing company next door. What followed is preserved in the probable cause affidavit, and it constitutes the moral spine of this case. Russo folded.
Do you pick up when?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's start over. So you took the 2-year-olds?
Yes, sir.
The 2-year-olds outside. Okay. You saw the gate open up. Did you actually physically see the gate open up, or did you look over and see that the gate was open?
So I was just doing what my boss told me to do. So I was outside for a good, probably like 2 minutes. Everyone was already in the gate and everything. I had a little girl named Maya crying out,
Okay.
because she's new, so she's trying to get used.
Her exact words, "I was doing what my boss told me to say because she didn't want to get the center shut down."
So I was like, there's no way he's outside. There's no way. And then,
Well, isn't that a little bit different than what you told me? Because you told me that, the one time you didn't check the gate, it was open.
yes, sir, it was different. Because I was doing what my boss told me to say, because she didn't want to get this center shut down. But what I'm telling you now is exactly what happened.
Okay. Were you under the care and custody?
Not, I panicked and misspoke. Not, I made a mistake in the chaos.
So did they tell you to say that? And which one was it? Which one was it?
The first story I told you was what I was told to say.
Hold on. Try to click yourself because I can't understand you clearly. Which of these people, you said that someone said something to the effect of they told you to say this so you don't get the center shut down.
It's my boss.
And which one is that?
Shika.
Huh?
It's Shika.
Shika?
Okay,
Shika.
Okay. Is she here now?
What is she wearing?
She's the one that's in the office.
Is she wearing the black dress? Okay. All right.
But a direct assertion that a superior, identified as a woman in a black dress, had given her a constructed false narrative.
Officers called the owner of the daycare to see if the surveillance video can paint a clearer picture.
My name's Senior Officer Wilderman. I'm out here at the Love and Hugs Daycare. You own this, correct?
In
Fruitland
which
Park?
one?
Love and Hugs in Fruitland Park?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've had an incident where a child was able to get out through the, I guess the yard gate where they go out to play. And we're getting some kind of conflicting statements on how far this child got, and we need you to respond so that we can watch cameras.
Okay. I'm not aware. I'm not there. Could you hold on for 1 second?
Okay.
Hello.
Hello?
I'm my daughter. Could I give you her number? Because she's there.
I think that's the one that we've been talking to. Is she able to pull up that video for us?
I'm not sure. That's why. Maybe I need to go there.
It's pretty imperative that we do have you respond.
Yes.
If you could go ahead and start making your way here, that would be great.
Who's coming in here?
The owner of the daycare.
Okay.
To hopefully get us video. She seemed kind of, I don't know if
To relay to law enforcement, the lie wasn't a spontaneous cover-up. It was assigned.
So are officers looking at a mistake or a possible pattern? Because according to Haley's probable cause affidavit, quote, the defendant advised her boss, who had been described to be the black female wearing the black dress, had told her to lie so the daycare wouldn't be closed.
So here's the thing. You've told me what's happened from the point of you going outside to him getting out, you seeing that instantaneously going after him, retrieved the child, brought him back inside. Okay. The best way to put this is I'm going to...
Let's state the obvious. When an employee believes her primary job is not to protect a child, but to protect the licensing status of the building housing that child, the institution has inverted its reason for existing. The owner would later issue a statement invoking 30 years of service, a commitment to safety, her identity as a mother and grandmother.
Haley Russo was released from jail after posting a $2,500 bond. She pleaded not guilty to her charge. In a statement to news station WESH, the owner of Love and Hugs Learning Center said, quote, on behalf of the ownership, leadership, and staff of Love and Hugs Learning Center, we would like to formally apologize to the parents of the child involved in the recent incident. We're deeply grateful that the child is safe and unharmed. As the owner and operator of Love and Hugs Learning Center 3, a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 10, I have dedicated over 30 years to providing care to children in Lake and
She said she would never intentionally put any child in harm's way. Perhaps she believes that, but the record shows a facility that drifted out of compliance repeatedly. The record shows an employee alleging she was instructed to lie. Intention, at some point, becomes indistinguishable from the outcome it enables, and the outcome here was a 2-year-old standing on a highway median. The sequence spits out a question that reframes this entire narrative from tragedy to thriller. At what precise moment does a daycare stop being a sanctuary and start operating as a liability containment unit? The documents force us to answer. Officer Wilderman placed Haley Russo under arrest for child neglect. The body camera captures the moment he delivers the factual core of the charge, the line that dismantles every rationalization. He looked at her and said, "That child was found in the median of the highway."
Were you under the care and custody? Was that child's... Okay, was that child under your care and custody?
Yes.
Okay. Was it your responsibility to protect that child from harm and keep him safe in accordance to, just being a daycare in general. Parents drop off their kids knowing that they're going to be taken care of and safe.
Yes, sir.
Did that child was under your care and custody, nobody else's, correct?
Nobody else's.
Okay. Well, on that note, we are going to place you under arrest for child neglect. Okay? Because it's a clear violation. And just look at me. Look at me. Look at me, ma'am. That child was found in the median of the highway. Come here.
That's the third time. It functions as a moral refrain throughout this case. A truth no public relations statement can soften. Russo was booked into Lake County Jail and later released on a $2,500 bond.
The child is safe and unharmed. As the owner and operator of Love and Hugs Learning Center 3, a mother of 3 and a grandmother of 10, I have dedicated over 30 years to providing care to children in Lake and Sumner County. My character and commitment to the safety of the children in our care remain my top priorities. I have never and would never intentionally put any child in harm's way. Online court records show Haley Russo's case is still open. She's scheduled to have another court appearance on August 3rd. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Inside the Crime. I'm Elizabeth Milner, and we'll see you back here on Monday with another case.
She pleaded not guilty. Her next court appearance is scheduled, but the legal proceeding against one employee only narrows the aperture. The larger question about institutional culpability remains in the frame, unaddressed. Here's what you need to do now. The probable cause affidavit for Haley Russo is a publicly available court record in Lake County, Florida. Go find it. Read the witness statements. Read the DCF violation history that Fox 35 Orlando pulled from state databases. Read how many times the state flagged this facility before a DoorDash driver ended up playing the role of guardian. Then answer this in the comments below. If a daycare violates safety standards 10 times in 3 years, and the 11th time a child reaches a highway, at what number does licensing become complicity? Present your evidence. We'll see you in the comments section. If this kind of document-driven analysis matters to you, like this video, share it, subscribe to Trial Theory Unsealed, and turn on notifications. We don't chase headlines, we read the exhibits.